Hey, it's Evan here. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing great. I thought of recording this video on the get-go because I had some talks with some of the people who are doing startups and even getting an online business, and that's what's prompting me to start this video right now. Okay, and I hope that by you watching this, you get something valuable out of it. All right. So I had a talk with some of you, be it friends, be it some of the business owners, or some of you are just new to the idea of starting an online business. But one of the things that I can't seem to shake off my mind, or I would say it's eyebrow raising, is how people can tend to take something simple and make it complicated. All right. And the ideas are very, very convoluted. So I'll be getting to more into that in a short while. Okay. Personally, I am against the idea of doing anything very complicated. In fact, I try to make things as simple as I can. If I can do something in 3 steps instead of 5 steps, for example, I'll do that. All right. So, in fact, I'm thinking of dubbing the title of this video more like what I learned from McDonald's when I was working there as a McDonald's boy last time, and pretty much what I learned and adapted into my business to this day. All right, I'm going to share with you about that right off the bat. So before we talk about online business and how this can actually apply to your business as well. All right. So when I was 16 years old, I worked part time at McDonald's for 2 months during the school holidays, and even though it was just 2 short months, I have to say that it left a very profound impact on the way I think when it comes to doing a business. Okay, even though way back then I wasn't sure what kind of business I was going to do when I grew up, but I'm really thankful for the time I spent over there because when I was there, my wage was 3 ringgits an hour. Okay, so some of my schoolmates at the time, they kind of looked down on the idea that I was working at McDonald's because there were, let's just say that there were better jobs elsewhere. Like Swenson's was paying 4 ringgit 50 cents an hour. Some other places were paying 4 ringgit, 5 ringgit an hour. Some even paying 6 ringgit an hour, which is actually a lot of money for a part-time job at a time if you're still schooling. Okay, but I went ahead with McDonald's. All right, even though the wage was considered low even by the standards of 2002, I went ahead with it because I felt that I could learn something out of it, okay, compared to the other places. So this would be vindicated afterwards. So when I was working at McDonald's, and besides serving at a cashier, I also took this opportunity to talk to the floor manager, get to know what's going on in the back scenes. When I was taking my break in the crew quarters during meals on shifts, whenever I could get a chance, I would talk to the operations manager. So it's like the head of the branch for that particular McDonald's. I was working at McDonald's as a stool last time, all right, just for the record. So I wasn't sure what to do with the information at the time, but it paid off eventually from my observing around what's going on. And of course, ever since I left my part-time job at McDonald's, I just couldn't help but observe what goes on at the kitchen sometimes. So sometimes when I'm lining up at a McDonald's a queue, I kind of like pay more attention towards what's going on in the kitchen rather than what's at the cashier as well. Okay, so let's use McDonald's as an example, okay, and how this can apply in your business. One of the most important things I learned is the importance of keeping things simple, all right, or rather simplicity, all right. If you look this up on Google or just do a search, okay, look up Albert Einstein's 5 levels of ascension in intelligence, okay. Look along these lines when you go on Google search, and right off the bat, let me tell you the 5 levels of intelligence, okay. The fifth level would be smart, and then when you move up one level, there's I think it's intelligent, and then you have brilliant, and then you have genius, okay. And these are words you probably commonly hear it in our casual talk every day. Wow, that guy's a genius. He's so brilliant. He's so smart. He's so intelligent. But what is that one more level above genius and above all these things that I've just mentioned? Take a guess. All right, maybe some of you are guessing right now. It's not really a secret anymore. The highest form of intelligence, according to Einstein, is simplicity. All right, keep things simple. All right, it's not about being genius. It's not really so much about being brilliant and so on. All right, in as much as you might think you're smart or you're brilliant. Okay, but the highest form of intelligence is simplicity. Okay, so I think most people get carried away. They try to sound brilliant, maybe in the job interview or when they're trying to pitch their idea to an investor. They try to come across as very, very smart. So they use big words, euphemisms, and what have you. Okay, so now here's the thing. I think that that for a business to be really successful and produce the highest profits possible, you should keep things simple. Simple in your way of operation, simple in your cost, simple in delivering the solution as well. Because let's be real, anyone can take something simple and make it complicated. It doesn't require skill at all. In fact, I think the reason why the world is pretty much screwed up right now, I mean a lot of things are screwed up right now, is because someone is taking something simple and making it complicated. All right? Now, if you think in reverse, how do you take a problem, okay, that's really complicated or a solution that's in existence right now, it's complicated, but can you make it simple? All right? I can think of some examples right now. Like back in the 90s, if you there's Walkman. If you want to listen to music, there's the Walkman. There's a cassette player. Phones were a lot bigger back then. It's more like the size of a walkie-talkie. All right, before Nokia came along. Okay, and if you want to surf the internet, you had to hook in on your 28K or the 56K modem. Okay, today you can pack all of this and much more, and carry all this power with you in the size of a phone right now. Just like how I'm telling you this. Sharing this video with you right now. I'm just recording this on my smartphone, the same way probably you're viewing this right now. Okay, so that's an example of simplicity in effect. How you can take something complicated, make it simple, pack it all into one, rather than make it more and more complicated. Imagine if you just went that way. All right. Same goes for what I learned at McDonald's. In fact, if you take note, I do not know whether this is true for the rest of the world, but at least here in Malaysia, have you noticed that? As of 10 years ago, when you make an order, the cashier guy would basically take your order and try to serve you as quickly as possible. But sometimes, what if you have a huge order, or that jerk in front of you is having like a huge order, then the people behind have to wait. Did you know that in McDonald's, basically the way the cashiers work is that they have a 1-minute response rate for every customer lining up? Okay, but what if you have 5 customers lining up, 6 customers lining up? Okay, and the person in front is taking too long, so you have some unhappy customers waiting at the back. Okay, so it's going to be costly for the business as well, and not good for customer experience. So McDonald's took their existing simple system and simplified even further. Okay, so have you noticed right now the cashier will take your order and tell you to move to the side. Okay, and then they have the same staff, a different staff to fill in the orders for you as quickly as possible. And the people in the kitchen are just basically, they have streamlined their process of making the burgers or the food for you, all right, compared to previously where they will put in all the burgers in advance, and if they're not taken up in 15 minutes, they will dispose of it, all right, which leads to more food wastage, okay? And they were doing a lot of guesswork back then based on which burgers were more popular, that they just try to make more of that in advance. Right now, basically, they just make burgers on demand and still serve people as quickly as possible. All right. Now, this is something to really, really look up to. I think McDonald's did something really great over there. Okay. So when it comes to your business, you should aim for simplicity. No matter how simple you think a business already is, there's always room for improvement no matter what. Okay. So if I can take my current business right now as an example, years ago, I was using a lot of complicated scripts, and I was basically building my web pages on HTML. Okay. So that led to some problems. I was the only guy who knew what to do with my web pages. I couldn't outsource or hire someone else to do it, because if I did it, that guy would probably put in his own way of doing things, okay? And it might not be the style that I'm looking for. It was very hard to systemize, all right? But thankfully, along the years, there were quite some innovations. Like, for example, there's WordPress. It's a lot better today than it was last time. And I think it's going to get better and better. And instead of installing in-house affiliate programs, we are using marketplaces like JVZoo, ClickBank, Warrior Plus, and centralize our products all in one place, that we can now, I can even let my employees have access, or my partners as well, have partial or sub-user access, and we can get work done. And everyone speaks the same language in the company, okay? Because we're all using the same things, and I can systemize and productize everything. These are very two important words here. I want you to think in terms of, number one, systemize, and number two, productize. Systemize and productize everything that you do in your company and in your business, no matter what you do, whether it's an online business, whether you're selling a physical product, a tangible product, same deal, all right? It's the same deal everywhere you go, okay? So, like in my office right now, we've got 5 full-time employees at the moment. All right, interns are not counted at all. So 5 full-time employees, and the thing is that everyone in my office started out as a fresh grad. Okay, so some people may view this as a cost-cutting move, but I disagree because I have the chance. I could hire someone else who's like maybe 10 years of business marketing experience and all that. I could do very well do just that. But here's the thing about Malaysia. That's one thing you got to know right now. Malaysia is facing a serious brain drain issue right now. The smart guys are leaving. Okay. And I'm not hinting or implying that the people left in Malaysia are stupid. Okay, well, I'm here in Malaysia right now. Okay, so and maybe you don't view yourself that way. All right. But here's what you need to know: specialized skill is moved away from Malaysia right now. That's why you don't really have a lot of brilliant programmers or like people with specialized skills. They're not really in Malaysia. They're looking for opportunities elsewhere. Okay, so where does that leave companies and businesses like me? Okay, now here's the thing. I want you to think in terms of systemizing and productizing everything, even that a fresh grad or someone with high school education can pick it up. Just like McDonald's. Have you noticed that McDonald's, the minimum requirement was like you only have to be like 16 years old at least, and high school education is pretty much enough, and you can get a job over there because anyone with a high school experience is smart enough to operate the front lines in McDonald's and the kitchen. Okay, all this don't require a lot of skill. So on the same token, I make my business as simple as possible to a point where a fresh grad can still figure things out. Okay, everyone in Muse Mensa right now, none of them have any business experience or internet marketing experience whatsoever. Never know what a sales page is. They don't know what is WordPress. They don't know what is a landing page. They do not know what's an email series. They don't know any of this. Didn't know any of this before they joined. Okay, so what I did is that I systemize everything, and that there's a training for them. Okay, that in 3 days or in the week that they join, they will be up to speed and they know how to work the business and operate the day-to-day task with the projects that I give them or day-to-day routines that they need to do. Okay, so I want you to think in the same terms as well, where you systemize and productize everything, not just for your customers, not just for customer support, but also for your employees as well, people who are working for you and they're looking up to you for advice. Because imagine that you have to struggle with especially specialized skill. All right, like right now in my office, everyone is capable of building a web page. Even those who previously told me, "Oh, Edmund, I'm just a writer, but I do not know anything about web pages whatsoever. I don't even know how to build a website." And in just 2 days, I taught them how to build their own members area. Let them sink in for a while, okay? And suddenly they're like, "Wow, Edmund, I didn't know I actually had it in me." I say, "Yeah, you see that today it's very possible to build your own web page without the need for HTML or complicated skill. All right." And even for graphic design as well, as long as you have the basic skills with Photoshop, it's quite possible that they could also be designing the covers that we are looking for and what our clients are looking for as well. Okay, so that's it. I was able to systemize everything and productize everything that we do as well. Okay, and a fresh grad can operate it with the least amount of skill possible. And the most important is that they have to have a healthy attitude and willing to learn. The same way like I was willing to learn last time I was working for McDonald's. All right. So I mean, end of the day, positive attitude and being teachable are still a very, very core attitude. This is something you can't get in school. It's more about whether you really want it or not. Because I've personally met and I've also dealt with people and eventually actually fired them. All right. People who appeared brilliant at first. They looked like very smart during the interview, and then when they came in, they just didn't perform. Even though I don't think they're stupid people. They actually know what to do, but they just have a very bad attitude towards work and learning. Okay, a very negative attitude towards learning. They think learning is just for back in school, and after school they don't have to learn anymore. So in Muse Mensa, we don't have room for this kind of people. So if they're not willing to learn and they're not willing to grow, I put them out as quickly as possible. All right. But I will always reserve space for people who are willing to learn. All right. So it doesn't matter whether they're fresh grad or not. Okay. So whatever you're doing in your business right now, I want you to think in terms of keeping things simple. Okay. Simple, number one. Number two is systemize everything and productize everything. Okay. Because why you want to productize everything is so that you have something that's predictable. You're like, okay, we know that this is gonna keep happening all the time. This is what's selling. So once you start dialing in on the system that's working for you right now and what's selling for you right now, you can confidently tell the people who are working for you, be it freelancers, virtual assistants, or employees. You say, okay, we're going to create this product like this every month. and we will just keep rolling it out, rolling it out, rolling it out. Okay, this is what we're going to do for every client. We're going to set it up this way, all right, in 3 working days or less than that. Can we do it in 24 hours? We'll just keep rolling out, rolling out, rolling out. Okay, so I hope you have learned a lot from the 15 minutes you're here with me right now. So if you have any questions or if you have any feedbacks whatsoever, if you feel like you learned something, okay, share with me what you've just learned from this video. You can just leave your comments in the video below, all right? And if you if you enjoy watching more of these videos, I'll be more than happy to record more videos like this in the future whenever I have the time, okay? Because truth to be told, usually I used to be the one, I used to write posts, okay, but I find it easier nowadays to actually record a video on the get-go, like right now, okay? If you do spend the time you don't mind spending a little bit of time watching the video, and I promise you that I'll deliver value, okay? So whether you're running a startup, whether you're running an existing business, you're struggling a little bit right now, or you feel that some things can be simplified, basically this is the key right now. You need, can you simplify something or shortcut 1 or 2 steps to still get the same results or more results? All right. So this is what enabled my company to double our profits last year. Again, profits, not revenue. But I'll talk more about that some other time. Okay. And again, my name is Edmund. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys next time around. All right. Ciao.